This is Colin Lai, and I'm going to do a premium deck profile after the premium collection. So this won't be with the rating tactics, but this will be what I think is best for the deck for now for the premium format. We're going to start off with the V Series starter, kind of self-explanatory. 4 heals, yeah. Play 3 V Series to the 1 Snow Wing ratio. We're gonna play a high crit count, so my current crit count is up to 9. You could play more, less, depends. Take out most of your draw triggers. It's gonna be an aggressive deck at this point. Instead of the slow game with Dark Face, you're gonna try to rush them on your grade 2. You're gonna max out 4 of these V Premium Collection crit triggers, of course. And then I play 3 draw triggers. With that, moving on to the green 1s. Since I play 3 PG draw PGs, there's just gonna be the 1 drop, 1 regular PG. Grade 1. So this is a GB skill, Dark Device. Since I can't be playing multiple grade 1s, so clone, the Black Weevil. This one can bounce to your hand, so you can play aggressively. Out into the GB1. Cell Blast 1, return back to hand. Play 4 Hornets up to now. We're gonna try to optimize fishing the 3s out of your deck up to twice, maybe. But it is your best grade 1 ride target, so you can potentially add a card back to your hand. And it's a 10k shield value. This is a stride format, so we're gonna play 4G Dorcas, the stride fodder. We are going to optimize trying to add the Gridoras to your hand so you can pay for Persona Stride for the Progenitor Dragon or the Ultimate Stride. And then re-ride, which is the hardest part for the Death, Antlion Death combo. One side tech Honolulu for those aggressive Excel decks or multi-attacking river decks. I think the most prevalent deck is probably OTT, so that's why I'm only using 1 Honolulu, so there's like no point playing too much Honolulu. And then I play 2 small Captain Butterfly Officers, so that way by the time I go to my first grade 3, by the time I ride up to grade 3 and I call it grade 3 to give it a +10, I have a grade 3 in target for soul for the Antlion. And it gives a counter charge, which you probably burned for the Machine Mantis, yeah. Counter blast 1, look at the top 6 for more grade 3s and add 1 to your hand. +6, so that way it becomes a 15 no matter what, and you can hit over 10Ks or 15Ks Vanguard, or 9K. Optimize reducing the amount of 3s from your deck. That way you can probably hit more triggers or other stuff you need. We're gonna have 4 Dangerous Horns. It's your biggest beat stick in the deck. In GB, well, it's not GB1, but you need a grade 4 Dark Face, which will be your Gridoras. And it does help you tank those decks that you don't want to take early damage from. We're gonna have a side gimmick. Well, honestly, I should be maxing out the Bloody Hercules, but I think running some of these techs, I just like techs a lot. There's a lot of counter charging in the deck already as it is, so you probably don't want to play too much Bloody Hercules. But I think running more is fine. Up to you. We have burner ants. Has a niche skill. Rest this unit and then choose a unit in the same lane as this and move it to another open rearguard circle. So usually I like tapping one of my opponent grade 2, and if they don't have a booster behind their Vanguard, I just move it back there. And it's like your grade 2 is behind the Vanguard. It's pretty funny. At this point it's just no point. Unless you can pay for it for cost, like Shadow Paladin. And then one Water Gang. Your opponent will try to just snipe this, if anything, but that helps you alleviate an extra damage or so in the game, and it helps you draw 2 cards, so you can draw into your key pieces. Moving on to the grade 3s, we're gonna have at least one max out numbers of grade 3, 4 of Gridoras, because locking down a lane is pretty good. It's best against the Protect clans and the Force clans because they have no other way to call it like the Excel clans. So shutting down a lane is pretty good. It alleviates more attack and gives you more breathing space to play the game. That's the whole point of Gridora. Counterblast 1 on Drive or on Stride. Choose a lane and they can't call into it until when it's their turn. And it steals a counterblast, so that way you can play the longer game if your opponent's playing deck that needs all their counterblast combo. 2 Death Warden Antlion. Like, the deck searches out a lot of 3s. My most favorite prominent card that helped me won 2018 Worlds, Intimidating Mutant Darkface. So the meta now, it's not favorable for Darkface, but I just like playing it. Will be a 1-up. And then we played the 2 Alices because they become 21 beat sticks at GB2. So it helps aggro your opponent, if anything, and they can't hit yourself. We can upgrade the 3 count, if anything, reduce one of the grade 1s, if you wanted to add more grade 3s. Moving over to the G zone, we're gonna have your mandatory 4 Gridoras. Guilty Empress Darkface Gridoras. Her skill is Counterblast 1. All your opponent rear units cannot stand. That includes their Vanguard. And it also comes with a secondary skill is where they can't call anything unless it's from their hand. So they can't G-guard, they can't call from the drop zone, they can't call from their cell or their deck. It's pretty good in some matchups. Favorable, actually. And then if you don't have any counterblasts to use, you probably want to stride into this card to use her second skill. Soul Blast 1, and then call a grade 3 from the deck, give it plus 10k. So yeah, it's actually pretty helpful. It takes a card out of your deck and it helps beat them down. That's why I think the deck now, you play aggressively as you can now these days compared to my own mindset where I try to just hold off my hand. I think playing aggro is better now. 4 Overwhelm, because why not? There's not much in the Megacolony G-Zone to run. Draw a card, draw a number of rested rear guards there are. Otherwise, if it's 1 or less, gains a crit and a drive check. Pretty good. One Progenitor Dragon. Nice. It honestly helps me some games. we have one Zoa, a Zoa Antline finisher. So we have Tyrannus and then the one Tyrannus. I would play 2 Tyrannus, but somehow I lost it.
How did you lose it?
I don't know. My brother wanted to look at the deck after Worlds.
Oh my gosh.
And then the G guards could be whatever you want. This is probably my best recommendation, but you could probably take out one Morphistine for the Bliss Fort. I think I should too. And then I think that's it for the premium deck profile. Thank you for watching. So hit subscribe to help the channel out. Thank you.